Bill Gates, founder and former CEO of Microsoft, and have been #1 on the Forbes Top 100 list and is currently now #2. So Bill, glad you can make it here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, Chris. I'm just getting a little jet lag, but I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
You make it here, Bill. Can I call you Bill?
You can call me Mr. Gates. Let's just leave it at that, all right?
So we'll start with the short questions first. So where were you born?
I was born in Seattle, Washington on October 28th, 1955.
What exactly is your job?
Well, I'm an entrepreneur, and an entrepreneur is basically a person who starts their own business or their own enterprise, and they take full responsibility for the enterprise. But I'm most famous for starting Microsoft.
So when did you decide to start Microsoft, one of the most successful businesses in the world?
Well, I entered Harvard in 1973, and I actually dropped out in 1975 because that place just wasn't, good enough for me. So I started off Microsoft, and it really picked up in 1981 and 1985 when I came out with Microsoft Windows, which brought Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint. So it basically helped out a lot of businesses in how they ran their business.
That was very interesting. What other inner qualities do you think that are essential for starting your own business and to become an entrepreneur?
Well, a few qualities that are really important is to have a vision. You need to know why you are going into business. Drive is also really important. You need self-motivation that will keep you working, and confidence. You need to know what and when. When you walk into a room full of strangers, you can sell them on your service. Decisiveness. You need to be able to make a decision without knowing all the facts and make the best possible solution. Flexibility. You must be prepared to change plans quickly in order to make efficiently and produce the results you want. Powerful communication. You need to know what you want from a conversation, how to communicate it clearly, and know the person what they want. You need to be able to multitask and do many different tasks, even one you don't like. And you also want to have an optimistic attitude, even when failing. You need to recognize that you are not a failure, but the strategy or product technique needs to change.
Very interesting too. Why would you want to start your own business?
Well, there are several reasons why I enjoy being an entrepreneur. It is awesome being my own boss, personally. I love using my skills, seeing the results of my own work, and having flexible hours, experiencing the variety of day-to-day management and tasks. And I don't mind saying that my income is pretty good too.
Hiring and managing practices most differentiate Microsoft from other companies.
Well, hiring smart people has been the most important thing we've done in a company from the very beginning. Paul Allen, who is my business partner, and I started out hiring our friends, but always with an eye to people who had a lot of passion for what they were doing and who were also very bright. Our recruiting department worked very hard to find the people for our culture here. We also offer our employees a way to share in the company's long-term success, and we encourage people to look around the company for new challenges. When you have smart people working for you, you want to keep them stimulated and engaged. We've worked hard to make that possible here at Microsoft.
What do you think that big companies do that little companies should do?
Well, I actually think there are a lot of areas where big and small businesses can help and learn off each other. Large companies recognize that effective use of technology is a strategic weapon. This is an area where small businesses can be overwhelmed and as a result might not take advantage of the power of technology available to them. Small businesses currently sit in a very influential spot. Look at the great tools developed specifically for this customer segment. We've worked hard to develop solutions that allow small companies to worry less about technology and focus on their business and their customers. But large organizations can also learn a lot by watching smaller, more responsive customer-focused organizations. The internet means that the rules of competition have changed, and this gives small companies a chance to leverage what they do best, react quickly, and develop close relationships with customers and go up against the biggest of their competitors. Successful small companies also do amazing things with limited resources.
Bill, it has been said that you are an excellent giving presentations. What are the secrets behind this?
Well, you really want to provide your agenda verbally. There's no need to include a long agenda slide as my listeners can only have 2 or 3 chunks of information at once in their short-term memories. So I only focus on 2 points. Keep your slides simple and visual. And when I introduce the first question, I simply showed the numeral, 1 slide. But most speakers cram far too much information on each slide, but I try to keep my slides simple. Visuals reinforce your message far more effectively than words on a slide. Use humor as well. I carefully injected humor into a discussion of malaria and death, because the disease is only in the poor countries. It doesn't get much investment. For example, there is more money put into the baldness drugs that there are put into malaria. Now, baldness is a terrible thing, and rich men are afflicted, which is why the priority has been set.
Thank you, Mr. Bill Gates, for coming today. Thank you for the time and the good information for young, inspiring entrepreneurs. Hope for your future endeavors go well.
Thank you.
Hey. Now back to sports, where Gregg Downing records his 3,000th strikeout against the Kansas City Royals.